For too many teenagers, the summer break from school can be a time for mischief and lost ground in education. But the YMCA of Greater Boston is once again trying to make the summertime more productive and enjoyable. To tell us what's planned is the local Y's president and CEO, James Morton. Thank you very much for being with us again, James.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, for people who don't know this already the way you do, I grew up thinking of the Y as basketball and swimming, but I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that. So what's there?
So we oftentimes say the YMCA is not just a swim, gym, and camp organization. And in Boston, as in other cities across America, the Y is doing a lot of additional things in communities, serving children who are failing in school, making sure that they stay on par with their learnings by addressing the achievement gap, which we believe is an opportunity gap, by filling that opportunity with STEM and literacy during the summer, by providing young people with alternatives that keep them safe, off the street, engaged and enriched in our YMCA facilities throughout the summer, so we do that work as well. We've got housing in Boston. Not all Ys have housing, but we provide housing for individuals, and 32 families live in housing that's provided by the YMCA of Greater Boston. During the summer, over 700 children, young people last year worked at the YMCA. 85% of those, it was their first job, and so we get a chance to help them start their job development skills. Some folks call it soft skills. We call it the power skills. And so we help them develop those power skills early in life. So we're a lot more than just swim, gym, and camp. We're proud to be an organization that helps people maintain their health. But we also do much more than that.
Well, once again, you're offering free memberships to teens. Maybe we can get a little more detail about the ages here and what they can do with that membership.
Well, thank you. That's one of the things that we're the most excited about during the summer is a program we call Get Summer. This summer we intend to offer 17,000 teenagers across Greater Boston with free memberships to our YMCAs. And why are we doing that? Well, we're doing it because we want our teenagers to have places to go where they can be enriched, where they can be supported by caring adults, staff, and volunteers, where they can go and experience the things that you and I take for granted, like the museums and the beaches and the movies and things of that nature. We want them to have good and safe summers, and we're very proud of that initiative. And in fact, the YMCA of the Twin Cities in Minneapolis and St. Paul, they started a program last summer called Get Summer. And they had 1,000 young people in their program last year. They're increasing their program this year to 10,000. So I think we've started a trend here in Greater Boston where other communities are seeing the value of providing free memberships to teenagers.
And what's the ages for those exactly?
Teenagers 13 to 19 if you're in school.
Well, of course, what's it like? You're a 13-year-old. You come in there, and kids look up at older people. It could be an adult, but it could also be a teen who's 17 or 18. Yeah. What does that do for them?
Well, I think that's the challenge for us, is to make sure that we've got activities that address all ages of teenagers. And so we've got programs that engage our 13-year-olds as well as our 19-year-olds. And the fact is we have trained, qualified staff, youth developmentalists, as we call them, that are familiar with social emotional learning and trauma-informed care and dispute resolution skills. And the idea is that they're there to provide those kinds of skills, opportunities, and activities that young people need, no matter what age they are.
This is BNN News. We're talking with James Morton from the YMCA of Greater Boston. James, what about avoiding that learning loss that usually takes place during the summer? What do you do for kids about that?
Yeah, that's the summer slide. Usually children who are low income, who have a lack of opportunity to learn during the summer or stimulation, they will experience a loss of skills in math and reading. And it can be 2.5 months during the summer that they'll lose. And so one of the strategies we have in the YMCA of Greater Boston is each of our 25 summer camps, where we're serving 5,000 children, each of those camps offers STEM and literacy during the summer. And it's our way of filling that gap that children might have during the summer with opportunity to learn, so that in fact they won't lose skills, but will gain skills in the summer because we're being intentional about it.
Most of the time here we've been talking about services for young people, but you have a focus this year on families, so explain that a bit.
So, if you think about it, mothers and fathers still have to work during the summer, even though their children are out of school. And so families need additional support. And what we want to do with other organizations, of course, in our community, is to partner with those parents to provide those needed skills and services that families depend upon. So think about food, for example. During the summer, most children lose 2 meals because they're accustomed to having breakfast and lunch at school. Now they're out of school, but the need for food continues. And so one of the things we do is provide meals to children. And last summer we provided more than 250,000 meals during the summer alone at over 100 locations. And so that's our commitment to help those families make sure that their children get food and nutritious meals and snacks during the summer.
You know, when I drive by Y, I don't get the feel that I'm going by a facility. I feel like this is a neighborhood hub. Explain the atmosphere. Yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful way of putting it. That's exactly our intention, is to create these communities of caring adults, people who care about each other. We often say that if you go to any of our YMCAs across our association, there's a lot more of this going on than this. There's a lot more communication, relationship building, people who really care about each other, who look forward to seeing each other every day in our YMCAs. And we're very purposeful about that. We want to be those places.
Well, finally, we should also let you mention, aside from the free memberships for teens, that there are ways to make this affordable for more people. And if they want some more details, I guess they can find that online somewhere?
Absolutely. You would go to www.ymcaboston.org. No one will be denied access to any of our programs and services because of an inability to pay.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
James Morton from the YMCA of Greater Boston.